Hi, ladies.
Hello, Brenna. Hey, Edwina.
Hi,
How are y'all
Brenna. Hey,
today?
Dominic.
Welcome to another episode of Real Chill Conversations.
And here we are.
We are back. It's Wednesday. It's 8 p.m. That's the time that we go live every week. And we come to you with different topics, different conversations. Occasionally, we have guests that come through the building. We really appreciate guests that do come through. If you are interested in participating in an episode of Real Chill Conversations, please email us at realchillconversations@gmail.com. You guys don't forget to head over to our Facebook group. Join that group. If you're on Facebook, it's Real Chill Conversations. Go ahead and get in there. That way you don't miss any topics that we're talking about, an opportunity for you to present suggestions, to ask questions, and things like that. And then most importantly, you guys don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube page, which is posted up all on our Instagram page. It's on our social media posts. I posted a couple of stories today and it is linked there as well. So people can join in and go ahead and subscribe to the YouTube channel and not miss any videos that we post there. So tonight we're going to do a little Q&A, little question and answer episode, talk about things that have gone on that we've seen on social media that are trending topics in the news. And I'm going to ask y'all's thoughts and opinions on that. And then we'll switch it up a little bit and we'll ask each other some questions. And then any questions that we see come through from our listeners that are tuned into the podcast, then we will respond and answer those questions as well. So the first thing that I want to talk about is the slap heard round the world. Now, here comes Nataly, so I'm going to go ahead and add her in.
Hey, ladies.
Hey,
What's up,
Nat.
Hey,
Natalie?
How
Natalie.
y'all doing?
Good,
Good. How about
good.
yourself?
Good, good.
Just,
I'm glad to
just
hear
doing the
that.
just doing the quick breakdown. We're gonna just do a quick overview. I'm gonna ask y'all opinions on a couple of things, and then we're gonna switch it up a little bit, and we're gonna do a question and answer session where we get to ask each other some questions and our thoughts and opinions on certain things. I also posted in the Facebook group that they can ask us questions here on the live stream and also ask us questions and then post them in the Facebook group, and we will answer those as well. So just as you were getting ready to come in, I was talking about the slap heard round the world.
Ooh.
That was Will Smith walking up to the stage and slapping Chris Rock for the comments that he was making about Jada Pinkett Smith, who is Will Smith's wife, and the fact that she has a bald head. Now, my question is, we know that there's an issue. We know that obviously, slapping someone is not the appropriate response that you should take in a situation. But does anybody feel like Chris Rock was in the wrong for making the joke about Jada being bald, given the fact that she's been very open and transparent that her baldness and her hair loss has come from a medical condition called alopecia? Dominique, what do you think about that?
I do. Just honestly speaking, I do. I think it was a bad joke. I mean, that's just my point of view. I understand you're a comedian. Um, you have to make jokes, but I'm sure that there was many other jokes. So
It's
I
like
do.
a line was crossed there. It's like certain things you don't joke about, you don't talk about people's kids, you don't talk about certain conditions, and being that it's, for health reasons, she's not trying to make a statement. I mean, I think that was inappropriate for him to joke about that. But Will's response was also inappropriate. But as a man, if we take him out of Hollywood and the Hollywood environment, had that happened in the street or at the hookah lounge around the corner, they certainly would have been fighting, I believe.
Yeah.
Edwina, what do you think?
My personal opinion is I think Chris Rock um, felt comfortable saying that. When you hang out with somebody or you know somebody for so many years, like Chris Rock and Will Smith does, you feel comfortable around them. So if you make a joke, you know, you may not take it to heart because, oh, I know this person. That's like me making a joke with Dominic or making a joke with you, Brenna, or same as Nataly. I know you guys, so I don't think that you guys would get upset. But apparently, by him making that statement, by him making that joke, it went left, and he didn't expect it to go left, but it did. And I personal opinion again, I feel like Will Smith did laugh at the joke, but I think when he turned over to his wife, he saw how she was upset and how her emotions were. And that's when he got up and he felt like he had to be that man and be that protector and be that husband to defend her. Then he got up to slap him. Um, was the joke inappropriate? Absolutely. Was the slap inappropriate? Absolutely. I feel like it's a place and time for everything. And I felt like, Will Smith, as well as Chris Rock, should have talked it out behind stages, behind closed door, because look what has happened now. He's been banned for a couple of years, and it should have never been that way.
Yeah, a 10-year ban. Nat, what's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on Chris Rock making the joke? And it's in reference to Jada Pinkett Smith being bald headed, but she's bald because she has a medical condition called alopecia, which is something that she's been very transparent about. She's talked about it. And was Chris Rock out of line for cracking that joke about Jada's bald head and appearing in G.I. Jane 2?
Yeah, I think he was wrong. I mean, it's not like he's living under a rock. He knows what's going on with her and why, you know, why she's going bald, and well, actually her decision on, going bald because she was suffering hair loss. But it was wrong. I think it was just, at first I thought it was fake. And I was like, wait, was this staged? Because ain't no way. Like, he just marched on up there like he was ripping the runway. And then all of a sudden, he's walking up there to hit him. I'm like, wait, what in the... I thought it was fake at first, but then now, after he got banned and just seeing everything unfold, it's like, wow, this is real. His reaction, who wouldn't want to, I mean, obviously we got to keep our hands to ourselves, but it's like, I don't blame Will for bringing that passion out of him.
Yeah, there's a lot of articles that have been written about this and the opinions about it, and most people have said that while the joke was in poor taste, and they can certainly see where Will was responding and coming to the defense of his wife as a man and as a husband and wanting to support her. The 10-year ban, there was a lot of people who were like, well, that's the consequence that you have to pay. But Will also, he issued a statement and he resigned from the academy. So, he said that his behavior was not representative of the man that he's trying to become, and all the work that he's put into making these changes and being a better human being and being a good example of what it is to be a man in America today. There are people that feel like he has created a detriment to his career, and there's others that feel that he's going to bounce back and not have any issues with this. Dominic, what are your thoughts about the ban and Will Smith resigning from the academy?
I'm sorry, repeat the question because I got a call.
I said Will Smith issued a statement that he was resigning from the academy. He stated that his behavior was not indicative and not representative of the man that he was working on becoming, and there was no excuse for his improper behavior. So he resigned from the academy following the academy then deciding to ban him from any activities that have to deal with the Academy Awards, whether it's live and in person or virtual. So for 10 years, he can't attend anything. Some people have speculated that this is going to be a detriment to Will Smith's career. Others have said that he's going to bounce back from this, no
I
problem.
don't think so. I
You
think
don't think
he's
so?
he's well established by now. I mean, I'm glad that he made that statement, like he owned up to it. That's good.
Yeah.
But I really feel like he's good.
Yeah. Edwina, what do you think about it?
I agree with Dominic. I feel that he is definitely good, but I don't see him right now trying to make any movies. I can see him probably like just laying low for a while, getting himself together as well as his mental health together as well, because I can see how this probably took a toll on him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Nat, what's your thoughts? What do you think? Do you think this is going to have a long-term impact on his career? Do you think he's going to bounce back from this? And do you think that he made the right decision in taking this step forward to go ahead and resign from the Academy rather than be fired, which that wound up happening? I mean, they wound up banning him for 10 years. He can't attend any awards in person or virtually until 2032. But Will issued his statement and said, due to my behavior and the actions that took place on this night, I am, tending my resignation to the Academy. What's your thoughts on that?
Being that it's Will and he's already so established, I don't think it won't hurt him to kind of, sit out for a little while, and just regroup and, just take care of his mental. So I don't really think it will impact him as much. I've seen and I've read that he's been losing certain opportunities elsewhere, but at the end of the day, it's Will Smith. So it's not like the Oscars are just stopping the entire show. I mean, yeah, it's a big deal, but I think he'll be all right overall. I mean, he's already done so much.
Yeah, I mean, between his appearances on Red Table Talk, and then he's got this adventure show that I think is on Disney Plus or something like that, where he's taking on his bucket list and doing all the traveling and things that he's wanted to do. Someone made a joke the other day. It was like, well, what's 10 years that he's got to sit out for the Academy Awards? It took him 20 years to win one, which I believe he won for his role in King Richard. He's going to be fine. I mean, he's, long established in the industry. Chris Rock denied pressing any charges when the LAPD got involved. And really just wants to move on from this. I mean, and even his response was like, wow, I just got slapped by Will Smith. He took it in stride and, was very professional about it. So, I mean, it is what it is. We see that, people that are in the spotlight, just because you're a celebrity doesn't mean that you don't have feelings. It doesn't mean that you don't have responses, to certain things, which is leading me to my next topic that we'll talk about, and that's Cardi B. Cardi B decided to quit social media. She quit Twitter and then she quit Instagram after getting into it with fans who were chastising her for not attending the Grammy Awards. She fired back that she never said she was attending, and then she listed her reasons why she wasn't attending. Then fans started bringing her son into the mix, and then she was like, that's it, I've had enough. I'm quitting social media. Now, when I initially was putting the topics together, she was still off of Twitter and she was still off of Instagram. But when I checked earlier today, she's back on both. Dominic, what's your thoughts on her quitting social media over the fact that fans were mad that she didn't attend the Grammy Awards?
I'm not really too familiar with the story, but do anyone know what were one of her reasons why?
Why she quit social media, or why she didn't
No,
go to
why
the
did she didn't go to the Grammys?
She said, why would she go to the Grammy Awards when she doesn't have new music to perform and she only has one nomination? That was her reason. She said she
Okay.
didn't have anything new to perform and she only had one nomination. So she didn't feel like she didn't have an album coming out. She didn't have a project coming out. She didn't have anything to promote. So she felt like it was not in her best interest to attend the awards.
Yeah, I get it. I get it. Don't go.
Yeah, but it can also be overwhelming when you always have to explain to people why you don't want to do something as an artist. Like, she's grown. She shouldn't have to explain herself why she doesn't want to go. She could say, I don't want to go, and then they need to accept it. So that's probably why she took herself off, because she always had to explain herself. That can get overwhelming and draining as well. Every time you look up, somebody is going against what you're trying to say, but it's your life. It's her life. It's her decision. She may not want to go because she wants to spend time with her kids. Why are they questioning her? So I can see why she took a break from it.
Nat,
Yeah.
what about you? What are your thoughts on it?
Looking at it from a business standpoint, it is, it's not a good look for her to not be there. Even though she's not performing, she doesn't have anything new coming out anytime soon, but she still has to, it's just a good look to be there and support the other people, whether they're your label mates or other people that have been featured on your music or whatever the case may be. But at the end of the day, if she doesn't feel like it, she doesn't have to go. I mean, she's not right now. She's, like she said, she doesn't have anything new coming out. So she's not looking at it from a business standpoint. She's trying to take a break. Did
Yeah.
her song
I
have
don't think she should be crucified
Yeah,
either.
and they were literally
Yeah.
crucifying her. And, her talking about she didn't have any new albums coming out or any new projects. She did just release a new project with SZA and Summer Walker called No Love. So that's a single that all three of them are featured on, and it's a collaboration that they've worked on together. And Cardi seems to do really well with those collaborations. So with that being said, and knowing that you do have this project that you're dropping and it's already been dropped and you released it and you're also releasing the visual, to me, I mean, I could certainly understand why, from a business perspective, hey, it would be a good look for you to go ahead and attend the awards and support everyone else that's going. And by the way, you do have this new song that's going to be coming out with you, Summer Walker and SZA. That would have been a good thing to promote. But if you're making a decision and you're choosing to not attend, then people need to respect that that's your decision. And I think with social media and with Cardi being so interactive with her fan base and with people on social media, it gives them this false sense of closeness to her. And I guess they feel like they can just say whatever, however, to whoever, and not expect a response and not expect a clapback. And it angered Cardi to the point where she was like, I'm sick of it. I'm quitting. And then to piggyback on that statement, there was an issue with Doja Cat a couple of weeks ago. She was not able to perform at a concert due to a storm and a plane not being able to land. And fans went in. They just kept going in and going in and going in on her on Twitter. And she actually had changed her Twitter name to I Quit. And she said she was quitting music. So is social media, I mean, do we need to give ourselves breaks? Do we need to not be so transparent with our lives so that people don't feel like they have as much access to us to be able to say anything that they want to say? Or do we have to figure out our tempers and our temperament and figure out a way how to ignore some of the BS that gets typed, from the word thugs on social media? Dominic, what do you think?
Look, I get it. Social media brings you the money, especially if you're a celebrity. But yeah, take breaks. Like we need a break. Like me as a regular person need a break from social media. So yes, and it's social media. So I can understand celebrities taking it into a deeper level, because I guess you can call the people their fans. You see what I'm saying? So they take it in a whole different level. But yeah, just take your break, honey. Take your break.
Take your break. Well, speaking of breaks, we do have 2 comments that are on live on the stream. We have a Facebook user that says, "You show respect and you'll get respect." I'm with that all the way. I think, what you put out, you get back. You should definitely be mindful of what you're putting out there. The energy that you're putting out into the universe is the energy that you're going to get back. So thank you for that comment. We have another user that says, "Hi, ladies, great discussion." So let's continue to get into it. Edwina, what are your thoughts on this whole situation with Cardi B quitting social media? Then we also talked about Doja Cat. She said she was quitting music because fans were just getting too much into her personal why, how, when, where, affecting her decision making and giving her grief about it. What do you think?
I see it from both sides, where the fans are coming from, where they expect to have things their way. And if they want to have a concert, she needs to be there. It doesn't matter how bad the weather is. And then I see it from, Cardi B's side as well, where it's like, they're celebrities. They need to take breaks. They're humans at the end of the day. They're still humans. She's a mother. She's a wife. She has emotions. She has feelings. And people on social media, they don't respect that. They don't respect her when it comes to that. And maybe she should start setting boundaries where she'll talk about something, say, "Hey, this is it. I'm not going. That's the end of it. Leave it alone." And if they want to discuss it, they can discuss it, but she's out of it. So maybe she should start setting boundaries so it won't go this far where she won't feel overwhelmed to take herself off of social media.
And as a regular person, I'll say, if there's bad weather, I'm not going to your concert. Just get my refund.
That's real.
But Dominic, some people, they just don't care. They don't care.
I know. That's
Refund or
why
no
I said
refund.
that. Because some
Yeah, and I
people
think they're
still
just
do
trying to
it.
give her a hard time, just to give her a hard time. You can't fly in bad weather. Everybody knows that. They're just trying to give her a hard time to see what's going to be the outcome of it. What is she going to do? How she's going to react to the situation?
Yeah, because
Is she going to feed in?
Yeah, that's true.
she always does.
Yeah.
It seems like she's always, I don't know who's giving her these pep talks to come back when she decides to take a break, but they're probably exhausted.
They've got to
Yeah.
be, yeah,
Yeah.
they've got to
They
be
are.
exhausted. And, just
Hmm.
thinking about other artists and the story that I was looking at about Cardi B, it talked about, she took a break in October of 2020. She took a break, I think in March of 2021. Doja Cat has been threatening to quit the music industry for, I don't know, this is probably the 6th or 7th time that I'm actually aware of her threatening to quit music because she can't stand getting into it with fans. So it's like, at some point, do the labels work with these artists and do they get training on social media and how to interact and how to deal with your fans and how to respond to people that are feeding and spewing negativity and all of that? Or are they just leaving it up to them?
They should, because they should get that type of training, Brenna, because like when you're in the spotlight, you also have to understand all of this come with it. So just be ready,
Yeah.
And I feel like if you don't have the mindset to do it, sometimes it can get very overwhelming. So I understand both sides too.
Yeah, it can definitely get overwhelming. I mean, I'm certainly no celebrity, but just trying to keep up with social media posts when you're trying to promote your brand and you're trying to promote your business and you're trying to, drive awareness to what you've got going on. And just like, with our podcast and having to promote for that and put things out there, it's like, man, there's times when I'm like, I'm drained. I just don't have the energy, but I got to push through and I got to find it, in order to put it out there, because if not, then it's like, zero promotion. And then you don't have the listeners and you don't have people tuning in. You're not gaining new subscribers. So it's a vicious cycle. I can understand it, but I feel like if you
Brenna,
need to take a break, then you take a break.
but you see, Brenna, you see everything you just said, how you're have to promote and do everything else, but you're also a wife, you're also a mother. Can you imagine what she's going through in her personal life and then have to come and deal with social media? That's a lot. You don't know what she's going through in her marriage. You don't know what she's going through with her kids. You don't know what's going with her record label. You don't know. We never know what's behind the scenes. And then she can have a breakdown because she's not taking a mental break. You know what I mean? Or she's not getting that rest that she needs, and then she has to deal with social media. You never know what's going on in somebody's personal life. She may go out every day and put a smile on her face and go home and crying every night. We don't know. You
That's
see?
true.
That's
As
very
celebrities,
true.
we don't know.
Some internet trolls, there are people that literally just get on just to speak hateful things to people.
Yes.
Exactly,
Like,
Natalie. And then she has to intake that all day. And then on top of it, most likely they're talking about her kids. And we all know as moms, aunties, cousins, we don't want nobody to talk about our family, our kids, anybody. You see?
mhm.
So we never know what she could be going through, why she decided to take herself off. Because I would have took myself off.
Yeah, I think when lines get crossed, and it seemed, for Cardi in this instance, that she referenced the line that was crossed with them bringing up her son. She was like, "Why are you bringing up my son? Don't bring up my children. My children don't have anything to do with this." And it's
Exactly.
true that they don't. They're
And
not
I would
out
have took
there. They're
myself
not
off for
really
my
trying
kids.
to label. You just do not involve people's children when you've got a problem with them. I mean, I just think that's one of the pettiest things that exists out there. And I can't stand when I see social media beef going on and people start to bring other people's children into it. It's just terrible.
But Brenna, that's what Natalie said. She said there's trolls.
Yep.
Trolls know what to do,
Yeah.
how to say it to affect you, to make your life
They
miserable.
sure do.
And that's what they're there for. They're there to troll your page all day, every day, and to say evil things about you. And somebody got to her, and she had to just take back, just step down and just say, "I'm gonna take myself off of social media." And
Mm.
she has every right to do it, because if she explodes or say something mean, it's gonna backfire on her as an artist.
Right.
Yeah, that's true.
Well, I'm going to move on to the next segment of our podcast tonight, and that is our Q&A session. I'm going to throw this ball to Natalie. Nat Moss, I want you to tell us and tell our listeners a little bit more about Moss Media and just a little bit more about what you do and how people can get in contact with you and get their music heard through Spotify and the Spotify playlists and what you got going on with that.
Definitely. So Moss Media came about just through my photojournalism. Once I started going to events here locally in Atlanta, taking my camera everywhere with me, I wanted to document not only through pictures, but also through words. So that's where Moss Media started, just through my love of taking pictures and being at all the hot spots, different events, and seeing how everything comes together behind the scenes. So every Monday and Friday on my Instagram, I do the live music reviews, which is like a live listening session, but not just for one artist, it's for multiple artists and producers as well. So if you would like to submit your music, DM me on my Instagram, which is Nat_Moss, Nat Moss, and we will get your song played. As far as the Spotify playlist, once you send me your song link, it goes up, it gets added, it starts gaining streams almost instantly. I have my personal playlist, which is On the Rise and You Heard It First. And then I also work with other playlist curators to get your music heard on theirs as well. So if you are looking to gain more exposure for your brand or for your music in general, go ahead and submit it for the live music reviews.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Moss Media.
All right. Shout out to Moss Media. Make sure you
Whoop, whoop.
check her out. Check out her page and
Thanks,
get with
Kitty.
her. You in the music industry and you want to get your music heard and played, and check out her page. She's got some good stuff going on over there.
Thank you.
Dominique, I'm going to hand it to you. It's your turn. You could ask a question to any member of the group. You got the floor.
Okay, well, since you asked Nataly, I'm gonna ask you, how do you handle social media?
For me, social media, there's a love-hate relationship that I'll be perfectly honest about. There's so many times when I love getting creative and creating content to put on social media, whether it's for myself, whether it's working with the station and putting together upcoming guests that we've got coming through, or an interview that we've got going on, or what topics and segments that we're going to be discussing. I enjoy that. I enjoy that creativity and building something that's interesting to look at, that's entertaining to look at, and fun. But there's times when, like I said before, it's just draining. It's just a lot. It's like, okay, I got to get up and I've got to record today. I've got to film today. Even working at the station and at the studio. I mean, there's times when we have to do multiple takes on certain things, because when we get to the edit process and we look at it, it doesn't look how we envisioned it to look once we get down to putting it together and editing it for it to be put out and for it to be visually appealing. I'm very critical and I'm very nitpicky about things looking a certain way and being a certain way. So that's definitely something that I'm trying to work on. I'm trying to be more patient, and just give myself a little more training, a little more education and understanding how the whole editing process works, so that I can always ensure that I'm putting together good content. But I have my moments. There's times when you'll see posts from me on a regular basis, and then there's times when it's like I'll get messages like, hey, you haven't posted anything in a minute. And it's like, yeah, I just
I'm getting to it.
I need some inspiration, or I need motivation, or I just need to get up off my behind and just, and just do it. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. And some of the things, sometimes you have an outline and you have a plan and you think that something that you're creating is going to wind up looking a certain way, and it comes out completely different than how you visualized it in your mind, but it winds up actually being better. And you're kind of glad that you had to go through the process and re-record it 6 times before you got it right. But that's pretty much how I deal with social media. I try to stay active. I try to interact with the different platforms that I'm on. I try to respond. I try to share things that I find that are interesting. So it's not just me putting out what I want for myself. It's also if I see somebody doing something, that I'm going to be supportive of them and like, hey, look at this, or yes, check this out, listen to this, or what have you. So like I said, it's a love-hate relationship. I try to stay active, on it, but there's times when I got to take that little pause and I got to regroup and get it back together.
That break.
Yep, that break.
Yeah.
I'm handing
Edwina?
it over to Edwina.
Yep, Edwina's on you, honey.
Okay, I have a question for all you ladies. I know a couple of months ago we talked about self-care and self-love. So I want to know, have you ladies been doing your self-care and self-love? And if you have, what have you been doing for your self-care and self-love?
Oh, that's a great question. I'm going to say that I haven't been doing my self-care and my self-love consistently. And I'm feeling the effects of being inconsistent with that. Self-care is essential and it's important, but it's most helpful when you're consistent with it, when you're in a regular routine and you incorporate it regularly into your life. So, I mean, there's things, daily that I like to do. And then there's other things that, I reserve like for a day of the week, self-care Saturday or self-care Sunday, where it might be all about, taking care of my skin or something like that. But on a daily basis, I really try to stay firm with my journaling and affirmations. Also moving my body, doing some type of movement, doing some type of exercise, because I'm still recovering from being in the hospital. So I'm trying to give my body the best fighting chance that it has to be healthy and to stay healthy. But I've fallen off a little bit. I'll admit that. But it's every day is a new day that you can start fresh, and every week is a new week that you can say, hey, I didn't get everything accomplished that I wanted to last week or yesterday, but today's a new day and this is a new week and I have the opportunity to move forward. So that's where I'm at with it.
Yes, Lord. Likewise, this year has been going by super, super fast. So I haven't been as consistent with it as I would like to, but mainly I've just been taking my bubble baths and using my bath bombs. Sometimes I'll bring my journal. Sometimes I'll just bring my phone and just jot some things down in my notes, like my to-do list and just different things to remember, bills to pay, and all that good stuff. So I try to declutter in the tub and regroup.
The tub is definitely a great place for that. I'm all about that bubble bath and those bath bombs.
Okay.
Exactly. Dominique, what about you and your self-love and self-care?
I've been falling off the map.
Girl, well, you better get on the map.
Look,
Self love and self
I've
care.
been
We
trying to
have to do
recuperate
that.
for the past week, but
She
I
said that so quietly, like I've been falling off the map. Like you, like a little
We
schoolgirl about to be in
understand.
trouble. Girl,
however,
you better get on
how,
that.
however, I do meditate and I also do pray. So if nothing else, I do those things just to, you know, get me back on track.
And they always do, especially
Mhm,
prayer.
mhm. Edwina, what about you?
Um, I haven't done my bubble baths, but I do write in my journal faithfully every morning and every night. And that's how I've been doing my self care and self love. I need to be more like Nataly and do my bubble baths, but I just, with the kids and everything else, I just forget. But I always make time um, to write in my journal
Mhm.
and write down 5 things I'm grateful and thankful for to start my day and end my day.
Nice.
Well, we got a couple of more comments on the stream. Udelka, you got some fans over here. Someone said muy bella. Another one says very beautiful ladies. We thank you for that. Someone says,
Oh,
Udelka,
thank
where's my
you.
bath bomb? You owe somebody a bath bomb.
Who is that?
It just says Facebook user. I don't know who it is. And then
Dominic, you promised
somebody
somebody
else says,
bath
look,
bombs?
I
someone
didn't
else
steal
says,
nobody
y'all bear
bath
with
bomb.
me,
Okay.
tornado coming through. So
I
I,
don't know what that's about.
I think I reminded them.
That's
Well,
funny. Yeah, you did, Natalie. She promised me a bath bomb a year ago. Where is it?
where's my bath bomb? Where's my bath bomb?
Exactly.
Natalie, what's your question and to whom?
my question. Let's see. For Dominic, I remember you were gonna do the podcast. So can you talk about the other one that you had started up? I forget the name of it. Was it
$1 Million
yes,
Recording
yes,
Academy.
yes. Tell us about that.
Well, I'm still working on it. We actually Actually, we did start. Edwina had joined me in the first episode, so it's in the works. I'm still working on it.
Are
I'm
you
still working on it. Y'all bear with me.
thinking about bringing guests onto the show, or like, how are you? What are you thinking?
Yes, just the same way as we did with Real Chill Conversations. You know, just bringing in guests. Also, you know, I wanted it to base it on positivity because I think a lot of people, you know, kind of need that. Especially, I know I do. So with just doing all type of different things, and also I'm also wanting to expand, you know, actually getting a studio and possibly doing the $1 Million Recording Academy along with Real Chill Conversations. So we'll have somewhere, you know.
Okay.
That's lit.
Yes.
That
Okay.
is lit.
She trying to get us a studio. We fancy now.
Okay.
Moving on up.
Woo. Pretty please,
Yes, we gotta move on up.
Well, when we gonna move on up and have another girls' night out? We do for that. I'm sitting here drinking my margarita.
Yeah.
Yeah, when we have a girls' night, I have to put myself on a budget. I'm not fooling around.
We'll do that. We'll put ourselves on a budget, and we'll monitor how many bottles we decide.
And we have to stay at one location. We club hopping like we're 21, and we're not 21 no more. Okay.
We did over.
We don't keep on our shoes.
Okay. We don't have Megan Thee Stallion knees. We didn't keep on our shoes.
Except for one of us.
And been gay. Who was that? Nataly? Nataly, I think, is the only one that had her shoes on.
I had sneakers.
I'm not going there no more.
And that doesn't count. She has sneakers. So Nataly doesn't count.
Nope.
Every time I go there, I end up with one shoe. With no shoes. No shoes at all.
I don't know why we just can't find a place and go play bingo or Connect Four. You know, let's keep it simple. Y'all trying to go out like
something. I don't care as long as we can sit and sip and do a little hookah. I'm fine with the location. So
yeah,
we will work out the details and we will present that to y'all on another episode of Real Chill Conversations. I thank you, ladies, for joining in tonight. It's been a great conversation talking about some of the trending topics, things that have been going on in the news and social media, and then just getting a little bit more information out about each one of us that was part of the Real Chill Conversations team. You've got myself, Miss Brenna B. You've got Dominic. You've got Nat. You've got Edwina. We are your Real Chill Conversations hosts. We are live every Wednesday at 8 p.m. streaming on YouTube. We're also streaming on the Facebook group. So if you're on Facebook, then go ahead and join that group, Real Chill Conversations, so you never miss it. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and check us out on Instagram. Our page, we've got stuff posted there. We always trying to keep y'all in the loop, and we are doing our best to stay on our social media P's and Q's and be active and interact with y'all.
Exactly. So get on there.
So get on there.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. It's been a great night. Thank you so much for joining. I will talk to you guys later.
Bye-bye.
Okay,
All right.
bye, ladies.
Bye.
Have a good night.
You too.
Good night.